Mr. Edgeworth, I asked him about it. And did you find out how the device works? Oh, God. He used the rope to hang some weights on the pulley as well. The weights were suspended inside the well. Then he ran the rope through 2 more pulleys and tied the end of the rope to his own body. So he used the force of the falling weight to send himself flying. But what's to stop the weights from falling on their own? In order to prevent that from happening, he used a stopper. Miss Perry didn't know anything about the well. That means Mr. Keyes removed the stopper by himself. Crack! That's why a second rope was needed. Holy shit, this is so complicated. This rope was attached to the stopper, and when it was pulled from the stage, the stopper would be removed and the weight should drop down the well. I'm definitely going to steal this idea. The thief won't lose to something like this. The great thief. Don't waste your time. Circus acts require extensive training. Even if you steal the device, it won't do you any good. Then I'll train as well. Before you start training, can you first update the recreation? Oh yeah, you wanted me to recreate the device that was used in the performance. First, let's return to the during the show scene. Next, I'll input the information in the device on the well. Then we can recreate the device Simon made. Though that thing was still not used. So this is the device Mr. Keyes used. And that 15-pound weight wouldn't be sitting there. Simon sure is gutsier than he looks. Using the falling weights, it's the force to launch himself during this performance. The 33 pounds wouldn't be enough to launch him. Indeed, he would have to drop enough weights to exceed his own body weight in order to provide the strength needed to pull him off the stage. Simon must have practiced a lot for this. Though he doesn't necessarily need more weight than his body, it depends how much slack there is in the rope and how heavy the weight is. Because, oh god, I think like 100 pounds going down, pulling on a rope on you, like even if you weighed like 180, I feel like that could pull you off your feet if it like jerked hard enough and it was falling fast enough. Because when it has like, it's fucking bullshit velocity fucking memes. Jesus Christ. But like if it was stopped and not moving, then you definitely need something stronger. Oh, it was probably the apples. Their cell was like 50 pounds or something. 15 pounds. Isn't this strange? What's wrong, pal? Haven't you noticed, detective? What's strange about the weight is? It's too heavy. The number. What's strange is the number of the weights. In other words, it's not heavy enough. In order to, well, it could have been the weight too. Mr. Keyes' body weight. You're right, sir. But where did the rest of the weights disappear to? Looks like it's time to use my 7 secret weapons, sir. It's not necessary. I'll let the detective know. It's sheet. It's the same as the one from the workroom. Isn't this the same as the one from the workroom? Yes. Why is there always one here? Also one here. Wonder why there's one here. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? Are you deep in thought? Why does it feel like she's stealing my thoughts? Looking at this weight, you can really feel the weight of Simon's hard work on this chest. That's so. I don't feel anything at all. That's too bad. This was an actual weight. I'd immediately put it on my chest, on your chest, Mr. Edgeworth. And I'd do everything in my power to stop you. Curious. Yes, I have many friends here. I love this place. New friends, old friends, everyone's a friend here. Yesterday, Miss Warden introduced me to a new friend, Little Allie. An alligator who lurks in the pond of the courtyard. That pond, if you get too close, it feels like you'll get gulped. I don't think Little Allie would do such a thing. Her stomach wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I'm worried. Aren't you all worried too? Right? Yeah, of course we're all worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't drag me into this. How's it going, Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, you've got that look on your face. You want my secret weapon, sir? Missile isn't in the mood, but I've got my fishing rod ready to go. Or do you prefer the metal detector? Oh, God. I've never seen the detective's eyes sparkle like that. If need be, I'll let you know. For now, just stand by. Can I actually use a metal detector? Can I connect these? Yes. The apples in the crate were probably eaten by Astique. But it's strange. I remember leaving the crate out of reach from Astique's nose. Are you certain? Yeah. The crate was still full of apples on the night before the show. And the cart was moved to where her nose could reach it. With that many apples, it could not have been moved by the wind. Most likely, the crate was moved by a person. But why? Prior to the show, the crate's position was already changed, and the apples were all eaten. It appears to be the correct information. Please update the simulation parameters, okay? Right, I'll use the new info to recreate the scene. Using the info we got from Regina, I'll create the scene with the card in its actual place. Recreation complete. Why? No wonder I thought it smelled like animals. They contained the elephant's food. So this was filled with Astique's apples. That's right. On the day before the show, it was full of apples. And in the morning, they were all gone. Oh, did you think of something? You could say that. Let's change, see if, yeah, what's up? Change recreation. You want to recreate the after show scene from yesterday? Sure. After show scene from yesterday has been recreated. See if there's anything else I can look here. What are these? I can't tell. So this stuff was taken down. Or starting to be disassembled. Alright, checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. Just looking around. Spawn is where the warden keeps her pet alligator. I guess those fish bones are remains of her last meal. I don't think an alligator would leave such clean bones. Blah blah blah. Faces when I feel a little bit jealous. Let's change it again. During the show scene, 2 days ago has been recreated. I don't suppose I can talk to him. I'll show you. No. Logic. I don't know if I can use the metal detector on that. Check this area. Fuck. Let's try it. Oh wow, okay. Sure. Detective Gumshoe, it's time for your secret weapon. Yes, sir! I was hoping for the metal detector. Oh. I don't get many chances to use this one. Before we get into search, let me go over how to use the metal detector, sir. This metal detector uses sound. And this meter to let you know how close you are to a metal object. When you get closer to the metal object, the meter detector will have a bigger reaction like this. When you get the biggest reaction, give me the order, examine the spot, sir. Now let's see what we got. It's just the metal fence. That's basically how I would search for metal objects. Just give me your instructions on where to use the search, sir. Here, sir, it looks like something's here. Oh! It's a gold coin, sir. It's a historical discovery. It's hardly possible that something like this could find its way into a prison. Ah, there it is. That's where it was buried. That's a coin from the bi-weekly coin hunting competition. There's an event like that? You sure sounds like fun, pal. It's an event where the warden buries some coins and the prisoners search for them. There are 3 silver coins and 1 gold coin. Whoever finds them can trade them in for snacks. A coin hunting competition and an animal show. Just what kind of prison is this anyway? A circus. Let's continue the search. Hello? Yeah, there's a reaction here too, sir. Let's check it out. Huh? Found these in the clumps of grass here, sir. Thank you. How many? These are the weights used from that hoisting device. Are these intentionally hidden? There's 4 of them in all, sir. That many weights would be enough to lift Simon. It'd be 60 pounds. Maybe. So the other weights that were used in the device were hidden. Why were they hidden over here, though? See? I'm really earning my keep today, aren't I, sir? Ah! The alligator! That scared me, pal. Huh? What's the matter, detective? Looks like the metal detector is reacting to this alligator. It ate someone. Really? Why? Are you sure it isn't just reacting to the weights? It's a different reaction, sir. And it's definitely coming from the alligator. It's gone. Laughs. Looks like it's scared of us. I don't think so, Kay. Huh? If anything, I think Allie looks a little under the weather. Allie, I suppose that was the warden, Warden Roland called it. She didn't eat any of the food that the warden gave her yesterday. I think she might have eaten something bad. I guess a metal detector could be reacting to whatever the alligator ate. Oh, maybe she ate one of the weights. I doubt that even an alligator can ingest a 33-pound weight. I thought it was 15. What? That was a 15-pound weight. Fuck, I must be misremembering. But what could the metal detector be reacting to? Maybe it was 45 kilograms and 33 pounds. And regardless, why were these weights hidden? Maybe we should take another look at the device on the well. Sure. I don't know how that'll help, but sure. Okay, I'd like you to recreate the after show scene again. Okay, leave it to me. Bebop. We'll rest until I've inspected everything. Oh, 15 kilograms. Okay. There's a metal weight. It weighs. Hard to see the description. I just know that the weights were hidden. So I can't do anything over there. Unless I can go over here. No. Like I already know that there's weights hidden over here. Stage. This rope was part of the device used for the show. To be able to create the device with just one piece of rope, Simon was surprisingly handy. One piece of rope. Seems that there is a contradiction with the device. There should be two. Because you have to pull it somehow. This recreation in the device we saw earlier. There's a major discrepancy. One of the ropes is missing. Well, a bunch of weights was missing too. You're right. Without it, the device won't work. Wonder what happened to it. Where did the missing rope disappear to? It's possible that we hold the piece of evidence that shows where the rope went. Huh? Which piece of evidence shows where the missing rope went? On his body. The rope we found with the dead body. Could it be? Yes. It could be the other piece of rope that was used here. Then does that mean... This rope was attached to the weight. However, the weight was not one of those metal weights. These weights were hidden in the grass and replaced with something else. If they were replaced, then what was used for the weight? What was tied to the rope we found in the workroom? Oh, a body. If we cannot recall that, then the answer should be clear. The weight that was dropped in place of the weights that Mr. Keyes had prepared was... his fucking body. What dropped down the well was none other than Mr. Knightley's body. Ah! Mr. Knightley's body was used as the weight? That's fucked. Yes, the weights were placed with Knightley's body replaced. Mr. Keyes used the device to launch himself off the stage. When the rope was tied to him was undone and let go, both the body and rope dropped down the well. The rope wasn't used to tie up Knightley. It was used to suspend him inside the well. That also explains why the other weights were hidden. So that no one would find that the weights were replaced with the body. Yes, the killer was the one who hid these weights. But Miles, was a Knightley boy stabbed in the neck with a murder weapon? If he was suspended in the well, wouldn't there be blood at the bottom of the well? The killer was also aware of that. That's why they used this item. Which item did the killer use in order to leave no trace of blood on it? The little sheet. The sheet we found near the body. It was used to wrap up the body. I see. Looks like all the pieces are starting to come together, eh? But this means that the body definitely came from the well. If that's the case, wouldn't that mean Simon is the killer? No. That's not necessarily the case. Huh? But yesterday Judge Courtney said, if Mr. Keyes was the killer, would he have needed to set up such an elaborate device? I guess you have a point. He would have just dropped the body. Mr. Keyes was only responsible for dropping the body during the show. In other words, it doesn't matter where the real killer was or what they were doing during the show. Until now, this placed the doubt on the people who did not watch the animal show. It's true, we also suspect Mr. Dogen. The killer's true intent was to make us think that the murder occurred during the show. In other words, they used the device on the well to create a fake alibi. Miss Barry, do you know when this device on the well was set up? Let me think. The day before the show, I think it was at night. We all started preparing at 9 p.m. We finished it around midnight. So that means from midnight onward. The killer replaced the weights on the dead body afterwards. Did Dogen know about the device? No. Even if he knew about the device, it wouldn't be possible for him to use it. You can't teach a dog to suspend a body in a well. In other words, Dogen is not the killer. Can I do both of these? Like both happened at night? This was set up at night. This cart was moved the night before the show. The body was also switched the night before the show. I don't think it was just a coincidence. Keeping that in mind, the question now becomes, why was the cart moved? The cart used to be in front of the door. I can think of one reason why. Somebody opened that door. They needed to use that door. Alright, let's hurry up and... Locked. The door's locked. Let's ask a guard. Hey, Mr. Guard. Yes, what is it? That was fast. You there. Where's the key to this door? The warden's in charge of it. I'll get it from her right away. The warden is in charge of the keys here. Without the warden's permission, this door can't be opened. Oh, god damn it. Well, GG, warden. Thank you very much. That means she at least is in... Ooh. This is to turn off the power. It's a circuit breaker panel. This must be the breaker room. The night before the show, somebody came into this room. Wonder why they would come here. I don't think anyone would confuse the breaker room with the break room. It's definitely to operate the circuit breakers. This was to turn off the cameras and to turn off the electric fence, right? Because there was just like happened to be a power outage or whatever. Yeah. So someone came here to shut the power off or something. Is there anything that had its power shut off? Yeah, cameras. What could have had its power shut off by the breaker?
Take that!
The security camera footage had a 3-hour gap. I see. The circuit breaker for the security camera was tripped. It's a high possibility. Was this the killer's handiwork? With the camera down, it would be easier to move about. The killer would have had a major advantage. I knew it. If that's the case, the killer was the person who tripped the breaker. The person in charge of the key to the breaker room is... It couldn't be. Well, it has to be. Like, it literally has to be. Unless she wants to say her keys were stolen. Deactivating the recreation. Investigation complete. Huh? Oh my god. First to the scene as always. Good morning, Mr. DeBest. Not really first, but whatever. What? You? How did you get here before me? Greetings, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I see you have arrived early. Or maybe it was you who are late, Judge Courtney. I have many matters which require my attention. I have no time to waste. Unlike a certain prosecutor who has taken off the case. Oh, my apologies. I had forgotten that you were assisting the defense attorney. An assistant can never be the best. You've fallen like the rest. You just say whatever you like, don't you? Let us begin our examination of the courtyard. Sebastian! Alright, I'll call the men over. That will be unnecessary. What? We have already finished the investigation of the courtyard. You've been bested. Bested? Me? Judge Courtney. Your reasoning from yesterday. Watch me shatter it to pieces. I would advise you to choose your words more carefully. Have you forgotten that the fate of your badge rests in my hands? Don't care, bitch. I have had enough of such coercion. Can't you think of some other way to threaten me that does not involve my badge? Despite my repeated warnings, you show no signs of reflection. It seems I must remind you once more. The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee can't leave someone such as yourself unchecked. Neither the fate of my badge nor the actions of the committee will impede my progress. You're fucked, bitch. I don't know why she's so invested in it. Because it doesn't seem like she actually, is involved in it. Proving Mr. Keyes is innocent? Innocence, that is all that concerns me. Your words are like those of a defense attorney. If you are willing to go that far, then I will show you no leniency. In the name of the goddess of law, prepare. I shall turn your words against you. And at that moment, you will forfeit the title of prosecutor. You shall regret this. I shared my reasoning with you the day before. Since Mr. Albert did not see the body when he passed the tunnel, it could only have been dropped down the well during the show. The only one who could have performed such an act is the suspect. Naturally, you have evidence to support your reasoning. Of course she does. Who do you think she is? Earlier, I received the official autopsy report. Babysitting that kid must be difficult. The time of death was night before the body was discovered. In other words, the day before the show. Easy. The cause of death remains unchanged. A stab wound, 4 inches deep. 3 to 6 a.m. Easy. Simon Keyes was not present on the stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was sufficient time for him to drop the body down the well. She has not investigated the courtyard yet. That means... seems there is a hole in your argument. You seem quite confident. Can you present evidence to support your claim? Of course I can, and I will. I mean, the well was in use. It did drop down the well there. The body was dropped down the well during the show. I'd like to hear your reasoning for this. The day before the show, Mr. Albert lent the key to Mr. Knightley. The key to Knightley's cell, huh? Mr. Knightley escaped from his cell with the key and entered the cage for Mr. Keyes had prepared. Mr. Keyes then moved the cage to the courtyard and proceeded to murder Mr. Knightley. The next day, when Mr. Albert passed through the tunnel, he did not come across the body. Please, wait a minute. That doesn't seem right at all. Wasn't there a sweet smell in the tunnel? Mr. Knightley must have passed through it. Mr. Knightley passed through the tunnel after Mr. Albert did. Mr. Albert passed through the tunnel at the start of the show. However, the body wasn't found until the end of the show. Which is why you believe the body was dropped during the show. Yes. And there's only one person who could have carried out this act. There you go. Okay. I don't know if I didn't know if I should press or not, but she asked for evidence earlier, so I was like, fuck it. Fortunately for you, Judge Courtney, your argument doesn't hold any water. Just like the well. There is a device set up around the well here. What is this device of which you speak? Are you all aware of the stunt in which Mr. Keyes is blown away by the elephant during the show? I've heard of it. It would have been right before he exits the stage. He tied one end of a length of rope to himself and the other end to a set of weights. He was able to perform the stunt by dropping these weights down the well. Wouldn't he have spent the whole place suspended up in the air? You're a dumb fuck. That's why he had a stopper attached to the weighted end. The stopper was removed by pulling another rope. Around the well, we found evidence that the weights were switched with the victim's body. This was done by the real killer in order to shift suspicion away from them. Judging from the time of death, the murder was carried out in the early morning of the show. The true crime had until the criminal had time until the show started to set up the device. But didn't Simon Keyes make that thing? And since he was also one that used it, he is the best suspect. Don't you agree? No, fuck off. If Mr. Keyes were the murderer, he would not have needed to do that. Miss Barry? Yeah? Was there anyone else who knew of the device he set up? Well, let me see. Since we had to get everything about our show proved by the prison here, people here at the prison, I'd say there were others who knew about it. And there you have it. I see. You have indeed performed a thorough investigation, which is why I am even further perplexed. Why do you not use your efforts for justice? My actions are not just. Who made that decision? You cannot understand even that, even now. Providing support to a defense attorney, despite being a prosecutor, is quite unnatural. This goes against the rules. I'm merely choosing to do what I think is right at this particular time. I travel down the road I've chosen. Your comprehension does not matter in the least. However, if anyone intends to interfere, I will show no mercy. Perhaps this is a calling from the goddess of law.